So today we have a 2012 Ford Explorer. We're going to be changing the lift bars, whatever they call it, because this keeps closing, but it won't go all the way up. So we believe this might have an issue. We're going to change it out and go from there. So I have the new one right here. Make sure it's matching with the old one, and let's get to it. So you're gonna pry this piece right here out, down, and then you're gonna see a little cable in there. So that little connection right there, you're gonna have to get that off. You're gonna have to disconnect that. So it looks like there's another clip, or it might not be a clip actually. Let's see if we can move it a little bit with our hand. Can we get it with our hand or not? I don't think so. So I'm guessing there should be some other type of clip in this area. There we go. Yeah, it was another clip right there. Most likely there's another one, but I'm gonna work around it real quick. But this little connection you have to disconnect. So I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna get back to you guys. I need both hands to do this. Alright guys, sorry. Flip it over. I got it out, so I didn't have to pull that whole thing out, but you need both hands to unhook this because it's just a little clip on the back end. So it's gonna be plugged in. Sorry. It's gonna be plugged in something like this, but in there. So all you gotta do is this piece. You gotta use both hands though if you don't have help. You gotta use one hand to kind of press this down and then just pull. Pull slowly so you don't tear the wire or anything like that. But well, this is dead anyway, so just pull, and then that will come off. It comes out really simple. So just make sure you pry this down as best as you can. That way you can get your hand in there, but don't pull it down too much or too hard as well. Okay, so you can utilize a helping hand, or just use your hands and all that stuff and just pull that down. So this part right here, I saw is pretty much easy to take off. Just have to get your thing in there. Flathead, a smaller one anyway, but I don't have a smaller flathead right now, and just pull that back and that comes right off. Okay, so that's the piece right there, and that's the old one, that's the new one right there. So this part, it claimed to be a clip that should hold it, which is right here, but I have to get something. I have to find something else to get it in there. That way I can pry this out. So I'm gonna see if I have a smaller flathead. I really gotta find one. Alright guys, we're back. So I found a smaller flathead. So all you want to do is stick that in there. You can find something else that'll go in there, but a little straw. I'll use it from this side, that way you don't chip paint. And then just kind of twist, pull it back, twist a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Now if this slides off, don't worry about it. You don't need it no more. Okay, so, and that should come right off. There you go. So you see, that's it right there, and that's done. So you're gonna have the same thing on this part here as well, but this one will be a little bit more tedious to do because you don't have much of a place to play with. So the same thing, just kind of pull it forward, and voila, there you go. So both pieces are right there. It's a little metal piece, clip. Wear gloves so you don't dirty your hands and all that stuff, but I'll wash my hands. And at this part, you need to make sure you have a helping hand or have some way to support this to stay up, because this is what holds it up. So not this. This don't hold it up, guys. So I'm going to use both hands to pull this off, but it's really pretty simple. All you're gonna do is just gonna pull this back. Okay, it might be a little force to it a little bit due to how old it is, so it might be a little force, but that's all you want to do. And then when you're putting the new one in, it's going to be just reverse your installation. So you get your new piece, same thing, you go, and it's just going to pop in there like that. Okay, guys, I'm going to pause the video here because I need both hands to do this. I don't have 3 here, 4 hands type of deal, and I really don't have something right now to hold it up. I don't trust the broomstick to do the work, so I gotta trust my hand. I gotta depend on my hands more than obviously a broomstick. All right, guys, so I'm gonna pause this video, and I'll get back to you guys in a sec. All right, guys, ladies, we're back. I got the new one on. So I really use my head as a prying tool, to be honest. You have to push this up further, because the way I just had it, it wouldn't work. So you have to push this up further, that way you can pop it out. But it came off really simple, really easy. There wasn't really much pressure to it, just a slight pull, and it came right off. And this side as well, just a slight pull. But when this was coming down, I let it lay on my head. When I was putting this back on, I let this lay on my head just a little bit, but try and work on it quickly. Remember, don't do both sides. Do one side first, then do the other side. Don't jump and do both sides immediately. Do one side first, then jump and do the other side. So that way you don't have the whole trunk falling in your head or anything of that nature, okay? So installing this is pretty easy. You're just going to reverse your installation process. But I'm going to find something to kind of clean this down a little bit, which I don't want to use that. Let me go get a rag. I'll be right back. All right, peeps, we're back. So I just got a napkin instead. Just have to dust this down just a little bit since you're here. That way it's a good seal in case if it rains, because this is to prevent water from getting into the vehicle, from leaking into the vehicle when it rains, or when you go to the car wash or anything of that nature, and as well protect all wiring in there. So you want to make sure it has always a good seal to it. So if it's dusty, try and just kind of wipe it down as well. So that's good enough. So you're going to reverse the installation as well. You can always try and make sure before you remove the old one, try and make sure the the connection is the same. I didn't check that prior, but yeah, you want to make sure the connection is the same before you're going to pull it all out and see that, oh, it's a different connection. It's not for my vehicle, and go from there. And you're going to go ahead and just kind of push that in like that, and that part is done. Simple and easy. And now you come back here, and you're just going to again reverse your installation. So this is just going to plug in there. If I can do it with one hand, I'll do it. If not, I'm going to have to use both hands, but I might be able to get it with one hand. I think I got it. Nope. I think I got it now. Now I just need to push it to clip it together. Might actually need both hands. Let's see. Can we do it? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Bob the Builder. Can we do it? Bob the Builder. Yes, we can. And we did it. Alright, so that's done. Now next part is basically line up your clips back again. Make sure it clips back in. This side too. That clips in. This side too. You want to just line up the clip right there to the hole and push it in. And it'll just pop in there right there. Boom. And basically you are golden as well. So this side is done. Driver side is done. So passenger side, pretty much the same thing as well, but a lot easier because you don't have to run the wire. You don't have to deal with the wire because that's where the power source and everything is coming from, down right there. So this one is going to be pretty much easy. get your flathead, pop this out. It's going to be easier on this side because the wire is not there. Again, just kind of pop that forward and up. So that's gone somewhere. I'll find it in a bit. I don't really need it. If not, I can always use the old one if the new one doesn't have one on it. And this side too. Pull it up, pull it up, pull up, and voila, it's out. So you can use your finger to kind of prevent it from flying off if you want to keep it, but I really don't. I'm going to trash it. So we're going to grab the second one, and then we'll be right here. Alright, so that's the second one. Basic when it comes is just in a box and like this and taped up. They do package it really good, and this is from Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon if you want as well, or you can go to the store, but most likely you'll get it cheaper on Amazon itself. This is an aftermarket brand too. It's not OEM brand, but it's OEM specs. So, and for something like this, you don't really need OEM. I mean, come on. So now this is already really working well, by the looks of it, because this don't even want to come down at all. I'm pushing it, it doesn't want to come down, so it's just going to be a little bit tedious for me to get this one out. But I'm because I have to use both hands now, I'm going to have to use one hand to kind of pull this down, and then use the other one to pull that out, but still keeping pressure on this one as well, so it doesn't fall off on me or anything of that nature. Not saying it's going to happen, but you never know. So I will be right back, but it's the same process. Let me see if I can do it even with you guys recording with this. So let's try. Okay, so I have to come down a little bit more as well. So I'm gonna have to use both hands because it's not popping as the other one did, as easily as the other one, as the other side. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I pulled it off. So kind of just showing you real quick. I'm going to use my head to support it again, yet again. Get help in hand if you can. And see, you see, like right now, it's not going to go the way it is. So it needs to go a lot higher for it to pop in as well. So yeah, I'm going to need both hands. I'm going to get it there. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys when you're popping it in. If you feel like, oh, this is too long, you need to push the trunk higher as well. If you pushed it all the way up and it doesn't go, then your piece is too long. All right, guys. Video. I accidentally closed the phone, so the video stopped recording. So I was able to pop this back in there. But like I said, push this as high as you can, and then this should pop right in. You don't need to pull the clip out. Don't pull the clip out when you're popping it in. Just push it in, okay? Because it'll go in really easy. So just push it in and the clip will keep it in there. Same thing for this side as well. Push it in, but don't pull the clip out. Do not remove those clips when you're doing the new installation. Just pop it in and you're good to go. Now, I was able to get the older one off by using the flathead. Don't know even where it went off to. I had the bigger flat. There it is. Found it. All right. So what I was able to do, what I did was I just kind of put it like this. Sorry, let me show you guys. What I did was I just put it like this and then pop. But use a rag or something that way because I scratched there a little bit. But yeah, just put a rag or something there and put like this and then pop like that. Then that bad boy came off. But make sure this is straight. So you have to pull this down as slow as you can until this is straight, like something of that nature, because if it's twisted or anything like that, it might be harder to come off. So just push it until it's straight and then you just pop that off. But again, make sure the clip is off on the old one. Make sure the clip is off before you do all that. All right, guys. So now that that's done, we are gonna go ahead and take it on a test drive real quick. Make sure it's working. That's the old piece. So that's the one that fell off and I thought it disappeared. So there it is, all 4 pieces. Take it on a test drive. Yes, it needs to wash. The car will go to a car wash later. Don't worry about that right now. Open it. Nice. It's working. So now, to reset, it says move the gate to the desired height. Press and hold to set. So I want it to go here. Press and hold to set. You're going to hear it beep, and that should be good. So we're going to take it in another test real quick. All done. So remember to set it up as well to your height and your specs to how you want it. So if it goes up and then you see it just drop back down on your old one, it comes up like this opening and then it just comes back down like it's trying to close again, then you know this is defective, this is bad on it. But before you do that, before you replace it, try and set it. Just try and make sure you have this. Lift it to your height, to the spec that you want it, how high you want it. Press and hold this until you hear a beeping noise. Then at that point it's set. Then release and just press and close and try it again and see if it works. If it works, then you don't need to replace it. If it doesn't, then you have to replace those. And I would just replace both sides. That way you just know that, hey, both sides are new. Most likely people will say just replace the one side. You don't have to replace both, but I would rather just go ahead and replace both, because if one went out, if one side went out, the other side ain't too far off. So then if you have a new one, old one, and the old one is not working to its full 100% capacity, there's a high chance it's going to start wearing out the new one as well, because the new one will probably be doing more work than the old one, because the old one might have some type of issue going on there with it opening and closing. So at that point, you want to just go ahead and replace both and call it a day. But yep, guys, that's how you replace the lift gate on a 2012 2012 Ford Explorer. Said Infiniti because I have an Infiniti. But yeah, 2012 Ford Explorer. It should be the same for the newer models as well. The video I had originally watched was from a 2018 and was basically the same specs on the installation. I just wanted to do one for 2012. That way you guys can have an idea that it's still the same installation. So driver side will be your hardest part to do, because you have to disconnect the wire, do this and all that stuff as well. The passenger side is pretty easy. Don't have to take it to a mech shop. If you're a lady, you don't think you can do it, you can ask some gentleman that you may know to do it for you, even if he doesn't really have car knowledge. I mean, this is pretty much simple. I'm not that tech savvy, but some simple stuff like this, before you take it to a shop and they charge you $150 of that nature, because this would have ran at least $100 to $150 just to replace this, if not more. They would probably charge you $75 an hour, keep the car there for 3 hours, when this is just basically 30 minutes to an hour labor. If you've done this before, like I've done it myself, and not recording, I could probably do it in 30 minutes or less. But because I'm recording and it's my first time doing it, it kind of took longer. But if I have to repeat it, if I have to do it tomorrow again, it'll be quicker, because I already know what I have to do, and I've already done it, so I know how quickly what I need and to get it done. So at that point, not gonna be an hour labor or 2 hours labor type of scenario. Okay. I just wanted to help you guys out, ladies as well. Wanted to help y'all out. That way, if you're trying to do this replacement yourself, or getting somebody to help you, your brother, your boyfriend, your husband, your cousin, your closest friend, or whatever, or you're doing it yourself as a female, then you know exactly what you got to do and how difficult it is. So from difficult reading, from 1 to 5, and 5 being the highest, I would probably say this is a 3 or 2. In that sense, frankly speaking, it's not that hard. Thank you all for watching, and if you haven't, do subscribe, and I hope to help you guys out in the future with another video. Thanks, and have a good one.